the ultimate tests of human endurance,
Western States 100-mile endurance run, we're looking at the 2025 race.
covering the 2025 results. It's got all the data, the stories.
To give you that shortcut to understanding what goes into conquering something like Western States.
Exactly, focusing on the performances, what we can learn. Okay, let's start with the men's race. Caleb Olson, what a win.
Oh, absolutely historic. His time, 14 hours, 11 minutes, 25 seconds.
Which is just mind-blowing. That's the second fastest time ever in the race, right? In 52 years.
It really is. And you have to remember the course itself. It's 100.2 miles, Olympic Valley to Auburn. You've got, what, 18,000 feet of climbing?
Yeah, and even more descent, 23,000 feet going down.
Exactly. And then throw in the heat. It was a 95-degree day out there. Brutal.
So maintaining an 8.30 per mile pace through that.
It's phenomenal. He was so close to Jim Walmsley's record from 2019, just missed it by a couple of minutes.
And the story behind the finish, too. Olson's 29, from Utah.
It's a ripper.
And his wife, Morgan, was there, and their new baby.
Their 7-week-old son, Marshall, right at the finish line.
Wow. She mentioned how tough balancing the training was, with a newborn. Gave huge credit to his wife.
And that maybe speaks to his race strategy. It's incredibly focused.
How so?
Well, he made a key move around mile 38 at Dusty Corners, surged there with Chris Myers.
Okay, strategic point.
Right. And then he took the lead for good before Michigan Bluff. That's mile 55.7. So a long way out.
That's a strong, sustained push. Takes serious mental game, not just fitness.
Absolutely. Especially knowing he had that goal, maybe that extra family motivation. It was a near perfect execution.
So just to recap the top guys, Caleb Olson, 14.11.25. Then Chris Myers, really close behind, 14.16.39.
And the legend, Kilian Jornet, rounded out the podium in 14.19.22. Incredible racing at the front.
Okay, let's shift to the women's race. Abby Hall, another amazing story, real comeback.
Totally. Her winning time was 16 hours, 37 minutes, and 16 seconds.
Which is also historically fast, right? Fourth fastest women's time ever.
That's right. And what makes it so significant is her journey back. She had that devastating knee injury, broken leg.
Back in June 2023, just 2 years ago.
Exactly. So to come back and win, and not just win, but run that fast, it's huge. And think about this. She improved her own time from her 2021 Western States debut by over 6 hours.
6 hours. That's massive improvement. Shows incredible dedication, smart recovery.
It really does. And how she even got into the race this year is kind of interesting, too.
Yeah, what was that?
She's from Flagstaff, Arizona, and she got her entry through a golden ticket roll down.
Okay, what did that mean?
Basically, another runner who qualified, MK Sullivan, couldn't race because she was pregnant and deferred, so the spot rolled down to Abby.
Wow. Talk about seizing an opportunity.
Right. It shows it's not always just about the training plan. Sometimes it's about being ready when a chance comes up, especially after a big setback like hers.
A great lesson there. So, the women's top three. Abby Hall, 16.37.16. Then Fu Zhaoxiang from China.
Yes, in 16.47.09. Fantastic run from her.
And Marianne Hogan from Canada, third, 16.8.58. Really strong podium.
Definitely.
Now, we mentioned it earlier, but we have to talk about the heat again. That 95-degree temperature. It wasn't just background noise. It really shaped the race.
Oh, absolutely critical. It took a huge toll. You look at the DNF list, did not finish. Yep. Several top runners, elite pros like David Roche, had to drop out because of the conditions.
And it wasn't just the front runners feeling it, right?
Not at all. This is what's really telling. You had incredibly experienced ultra runners like Nick Bassett, who's 80 years old.
80? Still running 100 miles.
I know. And Michel Paletti, the co-founder of UTMB, also very experienced. And Jim Howard, a 2-time winner of Western States back in the day. All of them, seasoned veterans in their 70s and 80s, succumbed to the heat this year.
Wow. That really puts in perspective. The heat is the great equalizer out there.
It really is. It tests everyone, regardless of experience or past success. How you manage it is key.
So, wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you from this year's Western States? For me, it just hammers home the resilience needed.
Resilience and strategy. It's not just putting one foot in front of the other for 100 miles. It's managing everything, the terrain, your body, the nutrition, and especially the environment, like that heat.
Right. And seeing Abby Hall's come back, Caleb Olson balancing new fatherhood, it shows there's so much more going on than just the physical training hours.
Definitely. So think about that level of dedication, that recovery from a major injury or balancing huge life changes. What does that tell you listening about maybe pushing your own limits or coming back from your own setbacks?
That's a great question. And maybe one final thought to leave you with.